How's it going, everybody? It is Lockhart here, your official content creator for Aether, and we got a big patch coming in and some really good banners. Marduk, who is, I'm just gonna call him Snake from Metal Gear Solid. This is definitely Snake if he just grew out his hair, or Big Boss, however you want to talk about him. But he honestly looks hella cool. He looks like he's just holding a railgun. Also straight from Metal Gear Solid. Anyway, I think aesthetically he looks hella cool. He looks like just like, and it's crazy because he's like a dad or something. But I like the armor, the rugged cape, the eye patch. Like, he is sick. Let's go through his skills really quickly. So we're gonna talk about it. We'll go into the banner and all that fun stuff. We'll try him out as well. His skill chain is with his son. Ultimate skill chain, Rage Serpent Marduk and Wasteland Fiend Kingu deals physical damage equal to Rage whatever, and all members of the team take 50% less damage. The one thing I like about him, and I'll just go over like very quickly, is the fact that he has a lot of utility. Each of his codes does a different thing. I can't click on them, I'm gonna lose it. Anyway, each of the depending on which one you want to go with, the signature functor will actually increase the buff for that as well, because there is a lot, right? If you go into Rafale mode, it will increase the damage of all characters by characters members skill 2 by 5%, stacking up to 2 times. Barasque mode is skill 3, which can stack up to 2 times for an extra 10%. Whirlwind gives a damage reduction on resistance debuffed for the people who are like on your team. There's a crit rate boost on hurricane mode, and it's just, the thing about him is that he is all about bombardments, and he just continuously does it. One of the cool things that comes from his thing is that he gains a lot of power. When it's full, you can basically go full Gatling gun mode on it, on his normal attack. His skill 1 is free to use, and then once it becomes fully charged, you can use like the secondary portion of it, which, just, spoiler alert, it's just another bombardment. When you go into his skill 2, let's start off with bombards the enemy with Rage Serpent, dealing physical damage and inflicting stun on all enemies range. Upon landing a hit, calls on the Rafale mode to conduct the area bombardment, deals physical damage, reduces firepower, blah 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 blah. Surrounding and eliminate, throws a bomb, whatever, enemy time, calls in the drone in Barasque mode to conduct an area, guess what, bombardment, dealing with every blah blah blah. So it's pretty cool. Like, I mean, each of these creates an effect, and then the signature functor enhances each of those effects. I can't show you here because I haven't pulled them yet, but in his blue code, you can do it as you can do that as a support. So that way, it actually stuns the unit when you're using this one, which is great. War of the Gods is pretty cool. Calls in, guess what, drones to do what? Bombard the target with physical damage, but also inflicts armor break, which is amazing because, again, he's a physical unit. His sigils are actually pretty straightforward. You want the energy recharge rate 20%, so Song of the Victor. Really great to have. That's and then Mythic Warriors, which increases physical damage, so that way he can just continue to like stack up on the damage. The Warp, however, for your 1 and 2, I do think going with something like, power up for his ranged attack and using flashback core. So basically, like, using any of the cooldowns when you can. So cooldowns on skill 1 for 1 and 2, cooldowns on skill 3 and slots 3 and 4, and then cooldowns on slot 4 and 5, or 5 and 6 would make a lot of sense. And then for 1 and 2, go with like range power up. You can do EM flux for 3 and 4, 5 and 6. You can do evolution particle for his skill 3. And then if we're talking about like sigils, of course you go for your basics. You definitely want to get Fierce Assault. You want to get Crit Boost up. You want to get Loop Back if you can. That's because that's always helpful. Like, those things never go out of style. You can, if you want as well, you can always just get skill damage up as well, because he does use a lot of skills and they are really fast. And then of course energy charge speed, so that way he can continue to I don't want to say infinitely use his skills, but make it worthwhile. His signature functor, I think, is a good grab. Sorry, I mentioned that it correlates to the codes, but it correlates to each of every little thing that it does, and he just does so much. So of course, this is kind of going to be all there. That's him in a nutshell. If I were to grab him, yes, I would definitely want his signature light cone. Signature light cone. So sorry, guys. Signature functor, just because it makes a lot of sense. I want to say the thing about him is that it feels like he is pseudo DPS. So as cool as he sounds, I do think the bombardment, all the mentionings of bombardments should have been a lot more than there actually was. But his attacks feel really impactful. Summoning his little drones, bombardment, followed by shooting his railgun, followed by more bombardment. You can see that there's this red bar that's charging. Once it gets to a little bit more, then we'll be able to use his super railgun mode, Gatling gun mode, which is awesome. Because he's energy, it also means that like it's automatically charging, has nothing to do with whether he attacks or not, right? And that's why you kind of want to have that energy increase if you can, of course. And like we're gonna go with his alt for more bombardments, right? So let's go. Let's fight a little bit. Feels good. Like honestly, the rolling, I'm not a fan of rolling units. I like if there's like this, like that little bit of like infinite dodge if possible. So we are fully charged, and if we want, auto lock on and go into Gatling gun mode, which is super awesome. There is a bit of a charge time, like you can kind of see that. Like if you get caught with your in the midst of using one of his skills, that's gonna suck. But you do want, like, if you can, you're obviously fighting from a range all the time. You can dodge out of any of his skills to skill interrupt. So I do think dodging might make your life a little bit easier. So that if you know, if we went blue code, his skill 2 would actually stun, right? Being stationary for his full skill 1 is a little bit scary, but at least you can skill cancel, which is amazing. And then again, you can walk and you can do the skills, but that defense shred is brutal. It looks so good. I like him, and I do want an asterism character who is ranged, because I do enjoy the ranged characters as well. I mean, Oceanus has been a lot of fun, but it would be really cool to have that ranged character. If we take a look here at Little Buddy Boy, you know, again, you're probably never going to use him. This is like AI strict, but you can if you want. We're just going to jump into it really quickly, because why not? I like that he almost looks like Simon from Gurren Lagann. Oh my god, Topa Tengen Gurren Lagann? Is that the name of it? Anyway. Feels really good, actually. Oh, the chainsaw! That's pretty feels good, especially after watching Chainsaw Man. Let's take a look at the alt. Getting all charged up. Wow, he's way faster than the other guy, that's for sure. Feels really good. And then we're gonna call it a day. That's all right. Again, like I feel like there's only a handful of A rank characters that you would play if you wanted to. I don't know if he's one of them, but that's all right. Azura is going to be your generic, and if you haven't already, I don't know. It's like you don't have to go crazy. I think it's a simple skip. Shouldn't be too hard. Don't waste your life on it. Your Wasteland Fiend Kingu. He is somebody that you never should pull for. Any of the bandmates that are basically like their the person who will help them use their dual ults will always be in one way or the other farmable. So in this case, it will be here. So you get all these points. You start collecting the shards. You unlock it. And you get them for free. Okay, so don't do that. Do not pull for the A ranks. They will come to you for free, and then you can just buy the shards. It's so cheap and it's so easy. If you're day one, you're basically probably gonna Omega them. Now that being said, right? That being said, we do have a couple things that we have to keep in mind here. So we have Marduk in this banner, which is again like has been really interesting. Tsukuyomi and Hera are also like on it, but right after Marduk is going to be Thor in the 1.6, and then shortly after that, when we get into the 2.0, we are gonna have some options to even stronger DPS characters. Again, I personally, yes, everybody can be built DPS. I don't know if you would. He has a lot of utility. He is a great supporting actor that can come in handy, especially when you have to do asterism only missions and things like that, right? Like just to get that gen zone bonus and such. So I think there is some potential there. He is T1, and I am finding for sure that the difference between T1 and T.5, so 0.5, is definitely there's more of a gap. Like between T1, like T1 to T2 or T2 to T1, yes, for sure there's like a little bit of a difference. T1 to T.05 is definitely a lot greater, and they're not like characters that are gonna like I don't know, I'm not gonna say that they don't get power crept easy, but like they do get power crept, and they can be but Anubis is not too far off too. Thor is 0.5. Anubis is also 0.5. If you already got Oceanus, he's 0.5, and he feels 0.5. You know, him with his signature light code, he's just a one-man army, and it's super great. So, naturally I'm going to pull because he looks like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, and I freaking... And husbandos just don't come into the game enough. And even though Anubis is coming in, and he's got a lot going for him, it seems like, being a 0.5 unit. I think we're just going to go ahead and stop messing around, see what this is, and this is absolute trash. So we're going to do a big skip on that. Thanks for nothing. We're going to do one more. See how this... No, right? Because I got really lucky with Oceanus. Okay, well, let's just give it a go. Let's see what happens here. Oh my goodness, my heart is racing, and I'm so nervous because it's all right. Thanks for nothing. And oh, Divine Grace. No! Oh my God, he's so cool! Okay. Well. There's that. All right. It just says Divine Grace every time. I miss that fact every time. But, wow, that was crazy. That was crazy. Okay, so okay, I can chill. Okay. Well, that's that. I'll decide whether or not I'm gonna pull for. I said that if I did, then I would want to go for his signature, his functor. But so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Oh boy, this is already rough. So we'll see how it goes, because like I really did want Anubis. I'm gonna do one more pull, and that's. Oof. Oh god. What do I do? Do I give it one more go? I do. No! Disappointed twice. Thrice even. Do I do one more? Whatever. Ah! This is so painful. Alright. Well, this is what I got. I got really lucky with Oceanus. And I might as well just get the... Oh my gosh. Okay. I have to pity. So I have to pity. Oh my goodness. Okay, well there's that. Anyway, that's so brutal. That's so brutal. Anyway, I really did want... I would like to use him, but I do feel that that extra little bit will make him a lot stronger and will help me overall anyway. Do I want to double S now? Because what does double S do? Gives you +2 levels on that functor, which is really good for any unit in general. Do I think he needs it though? Well, for me, he's going to be supporting cast. So I'm going to say not quite yet. I don't think it's super required. But it would be... Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, he's here now. So, we're just going to get that together, right? And we'll build him slowly. Let's quickly take a look at his codes one more time. So, when War of the Gods ends is cast, all members of the team gain 10% range damage. Good to have because, you again, asterism, right? Once activated, the drone called in by quick response comes in whirlwind mode instead of Rafale. Once activated, the drone called in for surround and eliminate comes in hurricane mode instead of barrage. So it does swap some stuff around. This I feel like is not bad at all. Casting firepower assist expends 10% less or 10 less energy, gains 2 extra energy for every 1 second. Gains 1 stack of damage boost. Each time hissing and rage expends firepower. Applies cooldown reduction, blah blah blah. Oh, I gotta do the thing. Let's see. When rolling during firepower, total reduces the total. Oh, that's nice. When the mod casts around and eliminate, a guiding beacon will be created and causing enemies within range to take 10% more damage on all jumps except for those in turret mode. Also, the guiding beacon deals physical damage equal to 2000% attack when the drones exit the field. Damage multiplied increases level of 3, skill level 3, surrounding element, blah. This Aether code will affect remove the Aether code. Bitter fight is activated. All drones except those in turret mode deal more non damage over time damage depending on the firepower owned. Whatever, dealt by 0.1 every 1 point of firepower owned. Interesting. So, interesting. Alright. Alright. So, we have him. Thanks everybody for your continued support. Obviously, couldn't have done this poll. So sad that I had to pity the signature functor, but you know I can basically sit easy now. I don't know if I'm gonna. I don't know if I will pull for Thor when Thor comes out, but you know what? As y'all know, I always throw in a couple things for the summoning portion and go from there. Do I think he's a must pull? Only if you want to have fun, only if like you enjoy it, only if like you're not gonna lose out too much on being able to have him on your team. Of course, like, you know, it never hurts to like have more support units that also do like pseudo damages and such, because I feel like that's kind of what he does. His whole shtick is like being able to do damage, give you some buffs, give them some debuffs, and be able to like, I feel like playing him feels nice, but having him as an AI partner isn't so bad either. But I don't think he's I don't think he's a must pull. Again, like Thor is around the corner. If you pull on Oceanus, you have like somebody who can basically main a stage with just one other most of the time, similar to how Tsukuyomi was able to like super hard carry, like even as like a solo damage dealer. So you're not losing out too much there. And that's it. That's my thoughts. I'm really excited, regardless, because like I mean, it's still a new unit for me. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited because whatever. At the end of the day, it's not too bad to get a 2-for-1 deal at the price of about 18, and I only had to pay the 1 and not 2. So, if you're pulling for Snake from Metal Gear Solid, good luck to you. I know it's RNG based, but you know what? Good luck anyway. Hopefully it goes well. Let me know how it went down, or let me know if you're waiting. I know some folks are waiting for Anubis since Hades even, or some pulled on Oceanus and had a good time with that. So, but 2.0 is coming in, and there's going to be a lot of quality of life changes from what a lot of people should know at this point, just because it's brought up quite frequently. But I am just mad excited overall, because again, it's just like a exciting time. That's it from me. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all every time. And yeah, like, subscribe, and comment if you can, please. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.